Today, Brandon Bradshaw's name has become well known in Sioux City. He was arrested last fall for criminal mischief and consumption of alcohol in a public space. That after residents in the Morningside neighborhood said he was spray painting flowers on city manholes. Today, his trial started in Sioux City. KTIV's Sophie Wyckoff was in the courtroom as that testimony unfolded. So, Sophie, kind of walk us through day one of this trial. What did you learn from witnesses today?
Well, Jessica, the trial began just before 9 a.m. this morning with the pre-selection of a 12-person jury. Then after lunch, attorneys delivered opening statements and called their first witness.
Place your hands behind your back. Thank you.
In November of 2025, Brandon Bradshaw was accused of spray painting manhole covers in the Morningside area. He rejected a plea deal on April 30th, and now his trial began on Wednesday, May 6th. On day one of his trial, we heard from 4 witnesses who took the stand, including 2 Sioux City police officers who were on scene when Bradshaw was arrested and taken into custody.
Can you please describe what was found inside the backpack?
There were several cans of spray paint, a little container of glitter, and 2 alcoholic beverages. One was an empty can, the other one was a full can.
When Sioux City police officer James Kleinberg took the stand, the court got to see the body cam footage from that night, with Bradshaw denying responsibility.
Got any painting supplies in here?
No, that's not my bag.
Okay.
This isn't your bag?
We got a ton of painting supplies in here. We got a container, right?
Well, because I do construction.
The body camera footage first shown in court was an edited version of the interaction with Bradshaw. The defense attorney took issue with the edited version, which removed the sound during Bradshaw taking the breathalyzer test. The unedited version was then shown, where an officer can be heard saying Bradshaw blew a 0.56, which is below the legal limit in Iowa of 0.8.
0.056.
The third witness brought to the stand was Sioux City Police crime scene investigator, as prosecutors showed several of the photos she took on the scene the day Bradshaw got arrested. Some of those shots included the backpack full of spray paint and alcoholic beverages, and Bradshaw's hands covered in paint.
This is a little bit closer view of the defendant's hands and the paint that was present on them.
Court was recessed for the day at 4 p.m. and testimony will resume at 9 a.m. Thursday.
If found guilty of the criminal mischief charge, Bradshaw could face up to a year in jail. Those fines could be up to $2,500. For the public consumption charge, if found guilty, he would face fines up to $855 or 30 days in jail. The court expects a 2-day trial, so we could have a verdict by tomorrow. Jess, back to you.